Many people might remember when 50 Cent filed for bankruptcy, but what isn't talked about is what caused the situation. It may come as a surprise that Rick Ross is the reason for 50 Cent going bankrupt. You'll want to stick around to hear how it happened. The beef between the two rappers started when Rick Ross claimed that 50 Cent looked at him funny during the 2008 BET Awards, and 50 Cent responded by saying he didn't even notice Rick Ross because of how irrelevant he was. Rick Ross felt some type of way about the insult since he released his diss track toward 50 Cent called Mafia Music, with the most notable line being one that made fun of 50 Cent for allegedly burning his baby mama's house down. 50 Cent responded with his own diss track called Officer Ricky, and you might have guessed by the name that the song made fun of Rick Ross for being a correctional officer, which he hid from his fans. Rick Ross dodged his embarrassing past by saying the diss track was trash, and that 50 Cent had 48 hours to respond with a better song. Instead of boring back and forth diss tracks with each other, 50 Cent put out a video and hit Rick Ross where it hurt. 50 brought Ross's baby mama Tia on camera with him, and she told everyone that all of Ross's cars and chains were rented. In that same video, 50 Cent also made fun of Rick Ross's other baby mama, Brooke, for allegedly working as an escort. 50 Cent using Ross's personal relationships would become a common thing in this beef, and he even went as far as getting the rapper's children involved when he brought them to visit Floyd Mayweather's house. But the next video that 50 posted would be one that would get him into massive legal problems. On March 17, 2009, 50 Cent would go on to leak a sex tape of Rick Ross's baby mama and added his own commentary over it to ridicule Ross. It wouldn't be long until he was brought to court for it, and after 5 long years, 50 Cent lost the legal battle and was forced to pay Ross's baby mama $7 million. Having to pay that much money would hurt any rapper's pockets, but for 50 Cent it was apparently too much, and he'd shock everyone when he declared bankruptcy. This gave Rick Ross the upper hand for once between the two rappers, and he wasted no time making fun of 50 Cent. He threw jabs at the situation by going on The Breakfast Club and saying that 50's album Get Rich or Die Trying wasn't living up to its name. But 50 Cent filing for bankruptcy didn't make sense to a lot of people at the time, since he had been reported to have a net worth of $150 million. Although, 50 Cent wasn't as broke as he let on, since he didn't file for the Chapter 11 bankruptcy and instead filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. This meant he didn't have enough money liquidated in order to pay off his debt, and filing for Chapter 7 bankruptcy would prevent him from having to sell some of his assets. 50 was then able to secure a deal with the judge to pay the money to Ross's baby mama in the span of 5 years. This wasn't the only lawsuit 50 was facing, so he made a similar deal with another company named Sleek that he owed $17 million to. This left him in a total debt of $22 million. But shockingly enough, 50 Cent was able to pay off his debt in just 2 short years. This was thanks to a court case he actually won, which saw 50 Cent gain $14 million after suing the law firm who misrepresented him in his legal battle against Sleek. 50 Cent used this money along with his own $8 million and was able to clear his debt. He was even able to finesse the court since part of his bankruptcy plea would discount his debt if he paid up before the 5-year time frame. The beef between Rick Ross and 50 Cent slowly went away around the same time 50 was getting sued, but no matter how bad 50 Cent embarrassed Ross, it wouldn't be as detrimental as losing over $20 million. It seems like Rick Ross was the one who got the last laugh in his beef against 50 Cent.